Everybody, it's Mr. Second Passport. Today we're going to cover a topic that's near and dear to me, as well as maybe several of you, and that is how to watch live sports abroad, right? A lot of us have the Netflix account and different things, maybe Disney Plus, but that doesn't help us watch live sports when we're living abroad, right? And there are a few things you need to keep in mind before, right, before you move abroad, and that's what we're going to cover right now. Now, I'm going to cover most how to watch mainly North American sports like American football, baseball, basketball. Won't cover too much soccer because maybe a lot of North Americans think like I do, maybe not. But watching soccer, with the exception of some World Cup games, is kind of like watching a guy play frisbee with his dog. Kick the ball, chase the ball, kick the ball, chase the ball. Uh, the whole thing, the whole game, 60-minute game can be summed up in 15 seconds of highlights, so you know you're in problems. And the problem is a lot of socializing in a place like Ecuador is done around these soccer games, which are just horribly dull for most of us, even those of us who like sports like me. How mindless can a sport be, right, when you can explain it to someone who knows nothing about it in like 3 seconds, right? Try doing that with American football, all right? And the U.S. should just patent the word football already and make the whole world use the word soccer. It would be easier for us, don't you think? So let's talk about how to watch primarily North American sports abroad, but if you like soccer, I'll also cover that too here. The first thing you should know is, what works in the USA and abroad will not work vice versa. Like, I'm a big Cleveland Browns sports fan, and I was using one of these tactics I'm going to show today to watch the Browns season, every single game. And then when I actually went to Cleveland to visit this past season, I quickly realized that my paid for subscription did not work because I was in the US, right? And the thing is, now I've tried a lot of different VPNs. You might think, oh, you just get a VPN and you can get around that. Most of them still don't work. There are workarounds, and these systems, they realize, they see you're on a VPN and they still will block you from accessing content depending on which country you're in, right? So, and another thing is, there are free sites, right? But a lot of them are loaded with ads to the point where it'll just drive you crazy and it's not even worth your time. And some of the options I'm going to show you today are paid and some are free, but the paid ones are so cheap. If you're a big time fan, like I am of the Browns, for instance, then you should probably just pay up and enjoy the games a little bit more. You won't get as much waiting and streaming as well sometimes as well, rendering kind of things and pausing when you're watching the actual games live as well. The free sites, you should also know, they're always changing. They're different. They were different 5, 10 years ago when I first moved abroad. They're different now, and they're always changing. So one that might work for you last season probably won't work for you this coming season. And another thing that's interesting now here in 2021, a lot of the college sports are getting streamed live on YouTube, right? So you just go to YouTube and you type in the game, watch, whatever, Ohio State Buckeyes live game. And a lot of times you'll see a live stream for free right on YouTube, a lot of those college sports. So pretty interesting. And the fifth thing you should know is, like, in countries like Ecuador, DirecTV does exist, right? You can hire it, but it's kind of pricey, right? I've hired DirecTV before recently, and it can be anywhere from like 40 to 80 bucks a month or more. And then you have to buy specific packages to get specific games and stuff like that. But they do exist here in Ecuador, but I don't recommend them. They're really hard to cancel once you hire it, and they might lock you into a contract without you realizing it, and that's happened to me. And then you have to pay a penalty for early cancellation and stuff like that. So anyway, everything I'm going to show you today, it has zero contracts and zero obligations to stick with it, right? So let's take a look. Like, for example, if you're a baseball fan, like I used to be a big Indians fan. I've kind of drifted away from it a little bit, but yeah, MLB TV. It's where it's at. It's $89.99 a year, a season, to watch one specific team, or it's $105.99 to watch the whole any game you want to watch at any time. So if you're a big baseball fan, this is what I would hire, and it does not work if you're living in the US, ironically. But if you're outside the US, this is like an option for people outside your market, generally outside the US, in order to watch baseball, right? So MLB TV, it's a paid option, but as you can see, it's not too bad, and it's definitely for you if you're a big time fan. So something to think about. When it comes to NFL football, I recommend, if you're a big time fan like me, I recommend just paying for NFL Game Pass, right? NFL Game Pass, I pay like $100 a season, maybe just slightly less than that, to watch my team, which is, as you can see here, the Cleveland Browns. And you can you can watch the games, you can rewatch the games, you can watch the games live. You just log in and you click on the game you want to watch in the moment that it's playing, and you can watch the game. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty great, and it does not work when you're back inside the U.S., as I realized this past season here entering 2021. The NBA also has their NBA League Pass, it's called. And as you can see, they charge per month, and it's about $14 a month, in order to watch the NBA pretty much live streaming online, through their website, the NBA.com. For me, the best free option that I have found right now with the least amount of ads is this website called, I'll put it up here for you, Roja Directa en Vivo.club. Now, a young guy about half my age here in Ecuador showed me this site. So it's mainly for Latin people, but I've been watching the NBA playoffs on it, and it's great. And you have a bunch of soccer, right? If that's what you're into, World Cup qualifying matches and stuff like that, as well as you can watch. Like most of these free sites, you have various links you can choose from. Here's the NBA down here. And you just click on the link, and the trick with this site is you just wait for it to open. Don't click anything or ads will start popping up. Just wait for it to open and stream on its own, and if it doesn't work, then you try a different link and see how that goes. So that is how I watch sports live for free online at the moment. Right now, this can change. The site can get broke. It can move, right? If the authorities get on it. So anyway, this is how to watch sports live online, without having to hire any contracts or anything through like a service like DirecTV when you're living abroad in South America or in a place like Ecuador. Anyway, I'm Mr. Second Passport. If you like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button below. Take care.